Hi everyone, I'm going to be working on my Project Life album today, and so here I am just pulling out the pages and what I've set up for here. So what I've done is I have taken a Beck & Higgins, I think it's Design F again, page, and I have trimmed it down on the side, and then I also have folded it over in so it'd be still 12 by 6. So there you go, so I cut it down on the side there. And now I'm just going to lay out my photos because I kind of have them planned where I wanted to do it when I was printing out my photos. So I'm going to pull that all out and start working on my page. Alright, so you may notice here I have like a little white line in between my photos. So I just printed them that way so it'd be easier to trim them down to see where they need to be trimmed down. And also since a lot of the page protectors for the 3x4s aren't exactly 3x4, they're just a little bit smaller, it helps in the trimming as well. So the reason why, I guess I can go back to the reason why I decided to fold it in half and make it kind of a, what would be 10 by, I don't know, whatever it is. Anyways, why I'm folding over that one side is because I ran in the Houston Marathon and I had a lot of photos from that day that I wanted to incorporate in here. And I figured this would be the best way to include those photos as well and still keep the size of the album. Now also, you may notice on here I'm pulling out those cards. Those were from the Kelly Purkey's January stamp kit that she has going on. So that's my plan, is to use those in this album. I may have to pull out some other cards from somewhere else. Now I'm just kind of arranging my photos to see where I want them to lay, and then I remember, oh yeah, you have that other side to do as well. So, like I said, just laying them out, arranging them. Now I'm going to kind of pull out the cards in the Kelly Purkey kit to see which ones I want to use for my layout. And I'll pull out some line ones because I do have journaling, quite a bit of journaling actually to add here. I'm typically not a big fond of journaling, but this one I did have things that I wanted to say, quite a bit of what I wanted to say. So I'm trying to just pull out cards there, and I'm not going to use that green side. I wanted to use the other side of the green, but I just laid it down that way so I knew which way I wanted it to go on. But I think in the end I still accidentally messed it up. But don't exactly use what I had planned. Anyways, so now I think I'm going to be pulling out, I kind of go to some other kits that I have from the Messy Box to see if they have any colors that I want, because I wanted to add some blue to pull in from the top down the bottom and kind of from some of the other pictures. And I had picked a lot of pink because there was a lot of already kind of pink tones into the thing. So here I am, you can see I'm pulling out the Beautiful Mess. It was, I think, their December kit and stuff. So I'm going to continue looking for some more cards stuff. All right, now, so I went through and I kind of looked through all the cards from the kits I have, and then now I'm pulling out a bunch of cards that I have acquired through the years from cut-apart pages. They may have been like large scrapbook pieces of paper that have been already, there's little scraps that just come down to 3x4s. And some of them I think are from kits too as well. I'm not really sure. So I'm kind of laying down ones that I think I want to use and ones in one pile and ones I don't want to use in the other pile, which there's a lot of I don't want to use for this layout. And so the ones on the top, if you see right there on the right hand side, that they're the ones I want to use and what I like. And I keep going through, and there's some funny ones, and I think I pull out some ones that actually I'll probably end up using. I need to use in a later week because it applied. Actually, it's going to apply to something that happened later on in the week. So I had found, didn't grab them all, and then you notice that's the one I pulled aside that I'm going to use later on in another week. So I'm just kind of still rifling through to see which ones I want to use, and I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I think I realized I had to still needed one more for on the flip side there. So I just kind of pulled some pink ones around. And then I'm going to do my date stamp now, and then I remember that in the Kelly Purkey thing she had one of these label cut-aparts. So I'm going to use that and just kind of clean up some of my areas so I can work on one page at a time. And I'm going to put my date. I had to go look real quick on my phone to see what date of the week that was, the beginning of the week that was. So I'm going to put it in that pink. I thought about putting in the star one, but then I decided I wanted to do the pink little label. And I'm debating here again about using pink and what different colors of pink. Do I want to use all pink? Anyways, so now I'm just going to quickly cut. I think those are I was looking to see what those are. I think they're Kelly Purkey's. They're Kelly Purkey's part of our day planner kit. So I'm going to do those little stars there, and now I'm going to cut it out, and I'm actually going to go back through and trim it again because it was still a little too big for the photo, I felt like. And so I'm just trimming it inside it to the inner one, and there we go. I like it. And then I realized also I had run out of my glue, little tape runner thingy, and I have to use the double-sided tape stuff, which I'm not too fond of. Anyways, now I'm going to use my tiny attachment to staple it on, and that photo is finished. Then I'm also leaving that one there from the Madonna concert by itself because it already has a Snapchat. What is it? Snapchat wording on it. So now here I'm going to play down this card, but I end up messing up on it. So I had to go restart over and try pull out a different card. So I'm just going to skip ahead to that part. So I had run out of room to spell Madonna's name on there, and I kind of knew it as I was going down, but I was hoping I could try to fix it when I was doing it, but it didn't. So then I pulled out this other card that came in the Kelly Purkey kit and cut it down to, I think it's like a 3x3 square. And I pulled out that little chipboard sticker there that was from, I think, another Beautiful Mess, the Messy Box kits from a couple months ago. So now I'm just going to be stamping the Madonna here. His name out on that card, and I can't remember. I think those stamps came in a kit a while back that I got from something. And so then I spelled out her name, and now I'm just gonna add. Oh, in the Kelly Purkey kit this month, it was kind of like about jobs and getting things done, and kind of sticker theme. So there's this one that says girl boss, and I thought that was very fitting for Madonna because, I mean, come on, she's the diva, she's the queen. So I thought that was appropriate. So now I'm just doing my journaling real quick about how I ended up going to the concert, and I'm putting it in. And now remember, I was mindful because it was on that vellum or transparency there, so I made sure that you could see through on both sides. Now I'm just going to use these little letter stickers that came in the kits and spell out happy hour because that's what that was from that picture. Having happy hours. My coworkers. And I really like these little stickers. They're just the perfect size for these little photos and stuff. So finishing spelling out happy hour, and then I'm going to add my journaling over on that blue card there. Of course, I got to trim it down a little bit still more because of those. They're not exactly 3x4. Anyways, now I am going to add my journaling here. Talking about, I was just I had some, just looking on these different stamps to see if there's anything that would be appropriate or apply to going out for drinks. So then I just pulled out this little gold paper clip and this little tag just to give it a little bit of embellishments to this card. And I'm going to add my journaling now real quick. All right, so now I'm going to work on the other side of the layout, and I'm just going to be pulling out the cards that I had kind of piled around and used. I'm going to first was going to work on each square individually or each pocket by itself. This top one, I knew that I wasn't going to do anything to the photo, so I was just going to slide it into the pocket and be done with it. And I'm kind of just arranging to look to see the cards that I have and stuff. So I'm going to glue down this one, a little 3x3 photo, or maybe it might be a little bit less than 3x3, onto here, and I'm going to put in this card, and going to stamps with my little letter stamps here. The word marathon. I just wanted to spell it out real quick to make sure to count to see where the middle would be, so I'd have an idea and I wouldn't be messing up on this card. So I'm going to use my StazOn and start spelling out the word marathon. Okay, so I spelled out the word marathon, and I had a little camera. My camera died on me, so I had to plug it in to be able to charge the battery. Anyways, so that's why it might be a little off right now to reach the outlet plug. And now I see I'm going to use this. I also purchased, when I bought the Kelly Purkey kit, was this gym or fitness planner 1-2 stamp set, and I thought it'd be perfect for this week since I did run a marathon and that has to do with fitness. And talks about goals and things. So now I'm I wanted to highlight where my name was in this picture because it was on the wall at the Houston Expo for the marathon. So now I'm just kind of going to look through some of the other stamps that I would have that I could use to outline or to zero in on just my name there. All right, so in the end, I'm just going to end up using the one that I initially pulled out, which was like a little label stamp. I'm going to use my Brilliance white ink, and I had accidentally printed out a photo that double printed a photo, and so I just used it as I used it as my tester for stamping on photos. And so then and then as I was looking through my stamps to find one to be able to circle kind of where my name was, I found a whole bunch of ones that I have purchased years ago, I guess, from Technic Tuesday with Ali Edwards stamps for journaling and stuff. So then I stamped that little journaling one in, and I'm going to go back because it didn't get all the lines. And I accidentally drop it, and then it kind of gets messed up a little bit. But, oh well. It works in the end. So now I'm just going to quickly add my journaling to about going to the expo and preparing for the Houston Marathon. And sorry, my head keeps popping in there with my crazy hair. I didn't realize it was that crazy. Anyways, just going to keep journaling here, writing out my thoughts. And like I said, this layout's going to have a lot of journaling because it was just like, it was a big week or a big day for me, the Houston Marathon. And I was just looking on there to see if there's any stamps I wanted to put up there in that top label part. And now I remembered I had those wood veneer arrows still, and I love these wood veneer things. I use them almost on a lot of my layouts. And I'm just going to glue it down. Of course, my glue is clogged, like always. Opening it up and gluing it down. I'm going to glue that little arrow down. And so those are all done, so I'm going to slide those into the pockets. And then I have a little trouble here because this card was still a little too big, and then the arrows wasn't completely dried, so it was moving a little bit as I was sliding it into the bucket. And I'll see that once I flip it over, and I'll go back and adjust it, which was a little pain. But in the end, it worked. So try and fuss with it to make it be there. All right, so those are that little sides done. Now I'm going to finish the inside of here and just kind of laying out the cards to where I want them, deciding what cards I want to use. So just putting the stamp back, figure out what I'm going to do. Now on here, the Kelly Purkey's fitness one, it has miles completed, which was perfect for this. So I stamped that down. This one's stamping down there at the bottom of that t-shirt, of the t-shirt one, my finisher shirt. And I'm going to go through my pins real quick, or I tested out the black one to see if it would even show up, and it doesn't. So I'm going to go through my pins because I knew I had some white ones. I'm going to pull those out to test them to see which ones would work and would show up on the photo. And this one was like, it's a gel one, but it kind of, and then I don't know, this Tim Holtz one, it didn't work at all. So I think it had dried out. But that one I'm using right now is a gel one that kind of puffs up and stuff, but it still wasn't coming out clearly. So I'm going to quickly go look through. found a very thick one, and then I did find my white gel pen. I was happy because it actually works. Yay! It actually looked good, so I was able to write on the photo with it, and it didn't smear. I was super excited. And so I pulled it out to the side so I know I could use it on photos still. All right, so that one was done. I put it in. I'm looking on the stamps to see if there's anything else I want to stamp on any of these photos. Pull out labels, whatever. I decide I'm not really going to do much to these photos because there's already a lot going on in them. Just got to trim them out. I'm just going to add my journaling and do a little bit of embellishing to these cards. So I'm going to work on my journaling here, talking about my friends coming to support me. Things. So, see here and continue on. I wanted to put on one of these flare badges, but it was too big. So then I decided I'm gonna put a heart because that's the love for my friends had for me for coming out. And so I find a little heart, my wood veneer hearts, and put it down there at the bottom, glue it down, and slide it in. That card's done. Slide in that photo, and now I'm going to use this lines from another Technique Tuesday stamp and just put a bunch of lines down on this card for journaling. All right, so I'm just finishing up my journaling here, and again, I wanted to have that flare badge right there that had the quotation marks on it, but then also in that one that had little quotation marks. I'm just putting my finger to do the little quotes, put quotation marks, because it's kind of like a quote that I kept saying, telling everybody, story that I kept telling everybody after finishing the marathon and stuff when they would ask me about it. So I'm going to slide that in. I don't know. I just looking through the cards, looking how it laid out. I don't remember if there's anything else I add. Oh, I found this little arrow black flare or badge. So I'm just going to put it down right there in that bottom picture since there's kind of just a big blank spot on the right hand side. Glue it down. And it's done. I'm going to put them in my layout and call this week 2 complete. So thanks for watching and have a great day.